kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Virginia Cavaliers offense will go to work first. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be his best.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He'll keep it himself. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He'll pull it on the read. Turning it on. Made a defender miss. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Cavaliers come to the line in the hurry up.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him.
Right on the money. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This whole place is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And he's got it from 57. What a beauty. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The give to the tailback. Got the first down and more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Pulls it in. It's Powell. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
He's got it. Sweet cut there. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
This receiver is such a weapon. He has so much speed. He can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. Offense gets set for second down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Stupid.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. They'll line up for a second down play. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass.
And he's in for the touchdown.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. An 84-yard drive there. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Got a man. It's Fowler. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
First play of the period will be a second down. They'll leave it with him. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Cavaliers are marching down the field. Gives it on the option. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The Cavaliers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Virginia! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 7 over Penn State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Lions is back in the middle. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Bring in the heat. Get it out on the screen. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Pulls it in. It's Allen. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
You can see the defensive coordinator so upset after that play because everybody on his side is thinking it's going to be a run on 3rd and short on the opponent's side.
And he stomps his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's going to bring it out. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
To the ground. He's got it again. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Still looking on the move. Fights off a defender. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Cavaliers are in the hurry-up.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. There's the pressure. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Took a shot as he threw. And they failed to hook up on 3rd down. The Cavaliers will punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Fires to the wideout. Got a wide open receiver. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, you can almost feel the quarterback's eyes getting big on that completion. I don't think even he could believe how wide open his target was. He knew, man, if I just get this to him accurately, something really good is going to happen. That's exactly what transpired. Nice throw, nice catch, nice play.
Second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. It'll be a draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He'll toss it. And he hammers his way in for a touchdown.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Here he comes from his own end zone. And the returner goes down. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense. Big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Second down, he'll throw it. Gets rid of it. Caught close to the marker, it's Williams. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Now on first down from the 28. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They go to the ground. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is in the air on fourth down. Here's the return. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. Slides away. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Atlanta. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like, the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Finds his man. It's Powell. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Powell. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead, and you're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still...
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Knocked down at the 43-yard line, and the interception has him set up in plus territory. They'll start this drive with a pass. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Under fire. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half, and it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him,
all right, buddy,
and bring him to the ground.
And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Out near the sticks, it's Allen. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
This one's complete. Brings him to the open. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
It's first down from the 11. Running through contact.
That's a Heisman right there.
Almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Trying to pound their way in. And he's got a touchdown. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Cavaliers want to crank the tempo.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Rushes on him. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man. It's Fowler. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Handoff from the shotgun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Play action. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. So 1st down will open up the final period. Give to the running back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
To catch. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. The Cavaliers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. He wants it all. Touchdown, Cavalier. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Gets the back moving. To the air on 1st down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
Well, I like the idea by the quarterback on that throw. He's just trying to spit it out to the perimeter quickly and give this guy a chance to advance it, but the accuracy was terrible on that. And that was a circus-type catch.
Going for it all. And the pass goes incomplete, but the flag is down, and this one might be on the offense. We've got pass interference, but this time it's on the offense. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Powell. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Going to sling it on second down. They're working that left side. Makes the easy catch and weaves his way into the end zone for a touchdown. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Cavaliers want to move quickly.
And they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the heat. Finds his big tight end. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. The Cavaliers come to the line with a new set of downs. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. On first down from their own 22. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. And the Cavaliers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to throw again. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Wants to go up top on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Slicing and dicing
that was crazy.
this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. Looking downfield on first down. Pocket breaking down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air on second down. Here comes the heat. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes the grab. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Cavaliers headed quickly to the line, and the offense just chooses to spike the ball. And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal. He's looking to pass. They've got the screen set up. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's going to take off. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Grab near the marker is Powell. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Using his feet to buy time. Got some room in under the goal line. Punches it into the hallelujah land for a touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he puts through the extra point. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. Takes a shot as he lets it go. It's dropped, and that's how we'll wrap up this one as the game is over. When you hit this point in the season, week 7...